Who do you think the invisible HOH and why? Woo! It's your boy Hope. First question up. Who do you think is the invisible HOH and why? Obviously I know who it is. Santina. She told me. Come on now. Gotta be ahead of the game. What would you do if you were the invisible HOH and why? Exactly what Santina did. She put up the two people I want out the block, out of the house, and she did just that. POV holder again. Who do you think the invisible POV holder was and why? Obviously, it was my boy Daniel C. He did his thing and he made the right move. Just for longevity in the game and everything like that. What would you do if you're the invisible POV? I would have kept the noms the same. I wouldn't have changed nothing. I would have left both guys on the block. You know, so why not? Who do you think is likeliest to flip allegiance? I don't know. Right now, I got the crown with me right now, and I don't know. Nobody's going to flip at all. I truly believe in my people. I believe in the team. And yeah, man, that's the thing. Who do you trust the most right now? Right now, the person I trust the most right now has to be Jonathan. You know, I love that guy. He's the man, the myth, the legend, and he's my number one for real. Who do you trust the least? To be honest, I'm gonna have to go with Ty, to be honest. You know, we used to be close, but yeah, now we just don't trust each other. And yeah, that's it. Kristen, baby, I love you. Gordon, Paulette, I miss you guys so much. Mom and Dad, I hope I made you guys proud. Still making you guys proud. And that's it. Ugh.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Who do you think? What's up, Canada? Sorry. What's up? Here we go. Who do you think is the invisible HOH and why? I think the invisible HOH is Santina. Because she's been really defensive when she's been questioned about it. And she also told Renee to shoot her shot. She like whispered it to Renee after the nom ceremony. And it's kind of weird that Santina would be congratulating Renee on putting Ty up because Santina says that Ty is her number one in this house. So I don't know why she'd be congratulating Renee about that. So that's why I think it was Santina. What would you do if you were the invisible HOH and why? Okay. At the beginning of this week, this is how I'm going to answer this question. At the beginning of this week, I probably would have put up Hope and Santina. Hope because at the beginning of this week, and still kind of right now, we weren't really closely aligned, and he's a big physical threat, so I think getting him out of this game would have been in my best interest. And Santina, I'm just not close with at all, and I have a feeling that she put me on the block this week, so I probably would have put Hope and Santina up. Who do you think is the invisible POV holder and why? This one's tough. I know for sure it wasn't me, because I'd be off the block, and I know it wasn't Cece because she wouldn't have been put up in Ty's place. So that leaves Ty, Daniel, and Hope. And I have a funny feeling that it could be Ty, and he just kept it a secret, but also, I don't know, it's a long shot. I just don't see why Hope or Daniel would have used it on Ty, unless he had a really good pitch to them, which wouldn't surprise me because Ty is very smart and he's really good with his words. So if I had to actually pick someone for sure, I think it's Hope. I think it's Hope, but who knows? It's a tough week, man. We have no idea who is what. What would you do if you're the invisible POV holder and why? Well, I was on the block, and I'm still on the block. So I definitely would have used it to take myself off the block. It's okay, you know, we roll with the punches. Who do you think is likeliest to flip allegiances? I mean, in the position I'm in right now, where my back's against the wall, I'm on the block next to Cece. I think a lot of people would rather keep Cece in this house than me. So if I think my only option right now to stay in this game and get votes is to flip allegiances, it pains me to say this, but I would heavily consider it. So I would actually say Me, possibly. Who do you trust the most? Right now, and probably for most of this game, I trust Nene the most. Yeah, she's like the only person I feel like that's been like straight up and honest with me throughout this whole game, and we've grown really close. So I feel like if there's anyone I can trust about anything, and to be honest with me, it's Nene. Who do you trust the least? Santina. Santina. I don't know. Like, I know she's looked out for me in the past and kind of tried to steer me in the right direction and tried to give me advice that I didn't take. And I might be kicking myself in the butt because of it if I go home this week. But also, I feel like, this week she is the HOH. And for that reason, I feel like I can't trust her. I feel like she put me on the block. And I'm never going to know until I leave this house and watch back the show. Or unless it comes out before then, but I'm not counting on it. So, sorry, Santina, but I trust you the least right now. Okay, bye, guys.
Are you telling your life story in there? Or what?
I was. Have fun.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna zoom through this. I'm nervous. Oh boy. Who do you think is the invisible HOH and why? Okay, hear me out. I think there's two people it could be. Obviously, the house consensus is that it could be Santina. Why do I think it's her? Well, one, she was acting all suspicious after the HOH comp. She was really happy. It was giving me HOH energy. Two, her story about the whole math thing, it doesn't add up. I don't know. It was just off. And then, I'm not ruling out Anika. I know that people are saying it's not her, but I'm just not ruling it out. And I don't think it's Renee. I know that's a common theme here. You're probably going to hear that. I just don't understand. And hopefully I don't look like an idiot for saying this, but I just don't understand how putting up Claudia would be beneficial to her game. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Santina is my top pick right now for who the invisible HOH is. What would you do if you were invisible HOH and why? What would I do? Well, that's a good question. One I never even considered because I put down 39,000 like a dumb. What would I do? I could have used this week to take a shot at Ty, but I don't think that would have been very beneficial for my game. Realistically, and I hate to say this, but I probably would have put up Santina because game-wise, it just makes the most sense for me. We don't have a connection game-wise, and so I don't know why, invisible or not, it doesn't make sense for me to have her here because I think she's somebody that would really put me on the block in a heartbeat. So, okay, there's that. Who do you think is the invisible POV holder and why? Look, if it's not Hope, then I don't know. It's got to be Hope. The way he was acting after the POV ceremony, he was way too excited. He had not been acting that way for days. It just makes sense. Hope looked at CC and said, Ty's good. He said, type. So he said that. That makes me think that it's Hope. That being said, it could be Ty. It could be Ty, and maybe he's a really good liar. My head is spinning this week, Canada. So those are my two guesses. What would you do if you were the invisible POV holder and why? Well, okay, I don't think that's a very hard question. I clearly would have taken Dan S off the block in a freaking heartbeat. Why? I don't know if I even really need to bother answering that because he's like top two people for me in this house in terms of game, in terms of support system. I think it's probably pretty clear why I would take Dan S off the block, which I did not succeed in. Who do you think is likeliest to flip allegiances? Okay. God. It could be Daniel C. I feel like he's pretty close to Kuz and Anika, but we're kind of both in this middle flip-flop territory, which I'm not so fond of, but here's where I found myself. Could be Daniel C. it could even be Claudia. And hear me out. Her and Renee are not on good terms right now. Their trust is shaken. Whoever this invisible HOH is has succeeded in not only getting Dan out of here, but they have shaken the trust of me, Renee, and Claudia, which sucks. So it could be Claudia. She could flip. I don't know if you can even call it the other side, but she could be more trustworthy in Kuzi and Anika than me. Well, I don't think me, but Renee. So that's all messed up this week. I don't know, but those are my predictions. Although I hope the Claudia one is not true because I need her. Who do you trust the most? Well, I happen to trust two people on the block right now the most in this house. So again, that's probably not a surprise. Cece and Dan S, they are definitely the people I trust the most. And I have the fortunate decision of choosing between which one to keep in this house. So yay. Who do you trust the least? I think, and this might not come as a shock, but I think I probably trust Santina the least. Our games just have not collided at all thus far. We haven't really talked much game except when necessary. She keeps her cards very close to her chest. I guess I kind of do with her too. It's a two-way street here. I'm sure she feels the same about me. I trust her the least, and therefore that's kind of why I would be okay if she were to leave. Okay, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so nervous, I'm sweating. Okay, bye.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.